Okay, I think we are live now. Test 1, 2, 3. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. For those of you that have seen the tests in the middle of the day, yeah, I was dabbing around in the stuff to create a live stream here on YouTube. Normally I'm streaming on Twitch, but well, I thought here on YouTube I have actually an audience with over 30,000 people, and hopefully a little more will appear here to chat with me while I'm painting a little bit here while I'm talking to you. So let me give myself a little bit of music on the ears. That's still too loud. Okay, there we go. Wonderful. So, we are painting today some Poxwalkers. So, as you can see, I've went ahead and primed them, so to speak, with a coat of some contrast paints here, a variety of them. And, well, I think I will start with this one here. And, yeah, we'll go from there. So, he has a purplish reddish tone to him. So let's start with that as a base coat. So let's see, we need some magenta, and then maybe a skin tone. And I hope my sound setting is good enough. You can hear me while I'm still talking towards my painting palette here. Today at lunchtime were my tests. I had still the audio from my webcam, and it was terrible. You heard every breath I took, so that couldn't go right. So we need a little bit of purple. Yeah, I think that is a nice skin tone we have mixed up here. So we have 7 connected viewers. Hello there. Let's see if the chat is working. Say something. Hello. So let's establish here our first skin color layer with a purplish skin tone, and we leave the deep contrast purple in the shadows. Sounds all good. Hello, Zombie J 360, then Dave Dodge, hello, and Talos Tellis, hello. Hey girl painting, this sounds and looks good. I bought lots of Poxwalker Black Flash contrast, but for my orcs. Oh, nice. So here, this year, Black Bear's Flash, that you mean. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's a nice color. I used it on these 3 here with a combination of other colors. Here I mixed in some yellow. Here some browns, as you can see here at the feet. And here this is almost pure, the Black Bear Flash. So, is any one of you painting along, or what kind of painting projects have you in the making right now? I'm always curious to see those. of course, I have my Discord, and there people are showing me really, really neat stuff. Shameless plug. But I'm always curious. So I hope you can't hear the music that I am listening to, because if you do, then well, I get a copyright strike, and that's it for my channel, and I don't want that. On Twitch it is a little bit easier. They just simply switch off the audio, but for an 11-year-old YouTube channel with partnership, nope, I don't risk that. So if you want to hear music, feel free to play your own playlist in the background while I'm painting here and while you're painting along, maybe. There was the cable in the way. Oops. Yeah. Still need to work on my setup here a little bit. My apartment is still a little bit in a disarray. For those of you that followed me on Instagram might have seen that my landlord is doing some major renovations on the house I'm living in. And so they have stolen my balcony and also my balcony door, which is now shut down, which was previously in the kitchen. Now it is in my bedroom. So I'm going to try and complete my Bad Moon Orcs Orc truck painted in classical GW heavy metal style. Although I think it needs some good rust and chipping on it. GW does their vehicles too clean often. Yeah, I personally really don't like the GW style on most of their paint jobs. This factory clean style is nothing for me. So, where do we go from here with this? I think we will highlight with some rosy flesh, also with a pinkish tone. So, some water in it. At least you don't live near the Dragon Lord. I don't think so, no. I heard he's a curious one with a lot of strange interactions. No. This might be too bright for the first step. Let's turn that a little bit down here. Yeah, I think that's better. So as you can see on the Poxwalker, I'm painting the pox that you have normally with during the highlight step. I separate those out in a later stage. So for a Poxwalker we don't want to dabble too long on the details, because we have to paint a lot of them. Oh, by the way, if you want to have some Poxwalker eye candy that I've already done, we can provide that. Oops. Let's cut those out of the way. And here, those are the ones that I've painted relatively recently. This is a greenish one. Then one with some darker complexion. And last but not least, a thick one here. What I have tried here on the hand is some kind of frost burn. Hope you like it. So, and if you have any painting related questions, feel free to ask me. That's what I'm here for. The plaque bearers look good, better than GW's on the web shop page. I wouldn't say that, but thanks. So now we go to that brightness step here. This cable is making me nuts. You know, I have the cable of the webcam directly here. It's like not my whole brush length away. I always come against it with my brush. That's making me nuts. It's a good feeling when you know you can paint better than what's on GW's online page. I can paint better than what is displayed on GW Warhammer store in my local city, and that's good enough for me. Well, in time, with enough practice and hours of painting plague bearers or orcs or Imperial Guard or what have you, you will be good enough to enter into a Golden Demon or Crystal Brush or Golden Care Bear competition. The last one I made up. But if you find a Golden Care Bear competition, please let me know. I would like to see a Golden Care Bear competition. Or maybe a Golden My Little Pony competition would also be nice. So I think for highlighting the skin, that should be plenty enough. So guys, what do you think of the loincloth? What color should that be? And the straps? Do you think the straps in black or more in a brown tone? I think to the pinkish, maybe black is better. So... Dum-de-dum-de-dum. So, how many viewers? 22. Oh, cool. Really nice. Hello, everybody. So nice of you to drop by. So, if you have any questions about the stream, or if I lose focus here on my miniature, or I'm painting maybe like outside of the picture, please let me know. And if you're watching on your tablet or mobile device, your handy, your cell phone, your smartphone, your iPhone 325, maybe make a smiley in the chat so I know that I'm not talking to a dead audience in the ether. That would be so nice. I know typing on such devices is hard, but a live sign would be nice. There, a little bit more. Ah, hey! Jimmy Söderman says hello, and Zombie J360 again, hello! Nice for you to drop by. I hope everybody has a really nice day, or evening, or morning, or whatever time it is right now. What brushes I like to use? Well, this here is a Feldherr size 3 Kolinsky Rotmarder pencil. It's a German company, Feldherr, that also produces carrying cases. They also make brushes, and they are quite good. As you can see, they have a really nice a big body here, and make a really nice tip, and they last quite a long time. So I can highly recommend those. So guys, about the loincloth, what color do you think I should do? While we think about that, let me quickly paint the axe shaft. Let's grab here Dubai Brown. On my nice GW wet palette. Yes, GW makes a wet palette. The strange thing about it is it comes always in with a lot of static grass in it. That's really strange. Well, if that's their packaging method, I don't care. Yep, that's my wet palette. It's the perfect size for my little painting desk here, my painting station. And with the seal here on top, it perfectly seals. It's wonderful. It's the perfect item on GW's web store that is labeled as the wrong thing. And I'm dragging the picture down with always hitting the cable, aren't I? Dang it. Let's make a black brown, chestnut brown here for the horns. You see I'm going relatively quickly over all the areas. And that's also the main advantage of using such a big brush. It holds so much paint in the bristles. You can paint and paint and paint and paint and almost never have to go back to the palette and reload. So now let's highlight that brown with the pink that we have to keep it in check with the other colors, to keep the color temperature. Make a nice little wet blending here. And I think I accidentally invented a really nice Slaanesh color scheme for Poxwalkers. I saw someone use their wet sock with some baking paper on top for their wet palette, and it worked. Of course it works. A wet palette is nothing more than a sponge with baking paper on top. But the case itself is good for keeping it that way. If you don't have a fitting case, then, well, so the gas mask, what color should the gas mask be? And I still don't have any suggestions for the loincloth. Please give me your color suggestions for the loincloth. Loincloths to the ones, and the second, the first, the second, and the third, sold to this pinkish Poxwalker. Dark green. Okay. Dark green it is. Let's take our darkest green we have. Extra opaque Verde Denso heavy green. And yes, before you ask, I am refilling all my dropper bottle paints into cat pots. These are the best pots on the entire world. They seal 100%. If I don't open this pot anymore, it will last you for 200 years. And that's only the date that's on the package, and will still be good. I think you can bury it, and in 4,000 years you can dig it up and still use the color. It's like honey in the jars of the old pyramids that was still usable after thousands of years. These pots are simply amazing. I simply cannot understand why people like dropper bottles. For me, they are the worst item that was ever invented. Dropper bottles are the horror for me. So, there we have it. Dark green, as ordered. Okay, let's see. Dark green, dark purple. Okay, for dark purple it's too late, but we can integrate the dark purple somewhere else. Snakebite brown contrast for loincloth. Nope. GW pots and I think Army Painter and Vallejo bottles. Pots don't have rubber seals on the top and the cap. Why is this? Anyone know? So you buy more after it dries. Yeah. So this pots here. These are actually the pots Games Workshop used in the 90s. So they used exactly this one. Then they switched to a similar one like this with a hexagonal pot, but still the same lid. And those paints last forever. And then they switched to the big plastic pots with a screw cup, and those are the worst thing that was ever invented. And over the millennia, and finally they decided on this bottles here in big and small. And I must say, those GW pots are still okay. They are not super perfect, but they are okay. I don't think they are that bad. They close good, and they seal. Nothing dripping out here. They seal 100%. I have no complaints about these kinds of pots. I don't know why people are refilling stuff into this here. This is horrible. This is I can't even touch it. So we had a dark purple. Okay, a dark purple. We have such a thing. Eldril violet. This we will use for the gas mask. Yeah. So, and snakebite brown contrast for loincloth is too late, but we can use it for the boots. What do you say? What do you say? Tell me. What do you say? Ah, you can't hear the music I'm listening to. So, what music are you listening to? And are you painting along? So, let's highlight this with the same color. So we have 15 viewers right now. We lost a few. Well, what can you do? Sometimes the evening program is better than me. Oh, hello, Captain Gold Teeth. Is it Captain Gold Tooth or Teeth or Teeth? I don't know. Well, hello. Nice to have you here. We're painting a Slanish Poxwalker. Well, not really, but God damn it, camera. Stay on point. There we go. So, snakebite leather boots we had. Okay, for that we need to prime those previously in Wraithbone. Teeth, it's an orc. Okay. Hi, Teeth. Oh, let's quickly prime the boots. We don't need to make it too nice. A simple base coat is plenty enough. So if you can go sloppy, go sloppy. It often saves a lot of time. Okay, that needs to dry now. Are you a Bad Moons fan? I'm off to paint my Bad Moons truck soon. So, let's see what we have here. We could start highlighting those black parts a little bit. Let's mix up a warm gray. Give this a little bit of stroke here and there. So apparently this Poxwalker is what happens when a Slanish cultist is killed by Poxwalkers and himself is raised as a Poxwalker. This Poxwalker's name was Steve. And I hope Steve is enjoying his new life. Because it will last forever. I'm an all fan, freebooters, but mostly yellow. The menace of rogue cat hair is always at bay when you're painting. Okay, now let's highlight the green. White surface primer, I do the exact same thing. Also did some trials with brown primers. At Captain Goldteeth, I undercoat in Vallejo surface primer, Flash Kits yellow base, Cassandra yellow wash with white highlighting for bad moons. It looks good if done right. So you're talking with each other. Nice, nice. So I think the boots are dry now. So now let's get the let's Fire Slayer Flesh, Vulpurus Purple. Where is my Snakebite? There it is. It's smiling me directly in the face and I didn't see it. So, Snakebite leather boots. That's boot number 1. And there we have boot number 2. Yeah. And he's ready for boot camp. And slowly but surely, he looks more and more finished. Not much left to do. So, I will let the boots dry and have a tiny little break here. Go for a quick coffin nail. So how are you finding them contrast paints, GP? I like them. They're the contrast paints are very useful for certain things. They are good to give the miniature a base coat of color so that you can work off of, and it is a great shading tool. It is a good mixing agent if you're highlighting and glazing with this. I like it, but not for what it is advertised. So painting an entire miniature solely with contrast paints is not what I prefer and advertise, but I like them. Looks great. How did you get into painting? How did I get into painting? Well, once upon a time, in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a game called Hero Quest. And that was the end. So, what do you guys think I should paint the Pox, all his pustules and stuff? What color? I'm thinking white. Or maybe a little bit off-white, yellowish. My cat is meowing. Oh. Almost time for tea. Time for feeding the cat. That's how I learned to use as well. Great at getting coverage on the models. Yeah. As I've previously shown you here, these are my previously primed miniatures here in different contrast paints. And, well, they're a really, really nice base to start from. So, more greenish, more orangey, brownish one, a more greenish, brownish one. Yeah. Really great to start. Here we have a blue one. White bleach. Yes. Okay, the Pox will be white. Then we make the X rusted orange. And then he's done. Ah, here the slime that is coming out. Okay, this will be neon yellow. I think the color for the kneecaps is okay, the way it is right now. Then the X needs a little bit of love, and then we are almost done. Yeah. We're almost done with the first Poxwalker. So, yeah, it's sometimes good to step back from the painting table and have a look at your miniature from different angles. Ponder about what you have done, if the colors are working, what you go next, planning the steps ahead. So, and guys, just to inform you, 9 days left for my this month painting challenge on my Discord. This month's theme is still the Space Marine, a Primaris Space Marine with a combination of Sky Earth non-metallic metal. So if you're interested in jumping into the contest and maybe win a prize, then hop on to my Discord and, well, enter the contest. Well, on my channel there is an entire video about my Discord, and there you can find the link to the Discord channel. So, we wanted to have a neon yellow for the slime, so let's prime it. Our YouTube seems to have pushed your content away from my list, even though I have the bell activated. Well, actually, the subscribe button and the bell have almost zero functionality nowadays. What really will help to push my videos to the forefront is actually by viewing my content and liking the videos. Because if you like a video, then it will get saved into the liked content, and YouTube will push your liked content more to the foreground. Yes, YouTube is very naughty. So if you want to never miss any of my content, subscribe, click the bell, like the video, share, subscribe, and all the good stuff. Just to be on the safe side. Shameless plug. Let the yellow dry a little bit before we can continue. Thank you. Well, if you click the like button, you get the prompt saved to your liked folder. So let's go for neon yellow. Let's take a bright yellow here. Let's take this one. Here, a soul yellow. And then mixed in with yellow green. That should give us a nice neon color. And slowly but surely I'm losing space on my painting desk here. Covered in colors. Okay, there we go. Nice neon yellow. Hello, Christian Amersbach. Hello. Nice to see you here. So, let me erase here quickly some of my colors so I have more room to paint. This we don't need anymore. This we don't need. Snakebite leather can go. Dark oath flesh can go. This can go. way with you. Keeping order on your painting desk is important. And look at that. My painting desk is free again. Yeah. So let's start with good old Warblock bronze or tin bits if you have really old colors. Ah, this cable. I'm losing my mind over this cable. I need to find a solution for that. Maybe that way. Dang it. Come. Stay up there. Be nice. So some metal spikes here. Oh no! I painted over the yellow. Ah, fixed it. I fixed it! Yay! Hello, Mighty P. Mighty P. Hello, welcome to the stream. Nice of you to drop by. We are painting a Poxwalker right now. Or if you're fast enough, Dave Doggo, just wash out your normal brush and quickly remove the paint. That also works. So, the metal parts need to dry now. Now I think it's time for all the pox. So we wanted it yellowish white. So let's take that and that, mix it together. That's a little bit too little. Let's a little bit of that here, a little bit more of that, and that. Yeah, that should work. That should work. So, just with the tip of the brush, poke all the nasty little pustules and pox. And give them some love. If you spill paint on the Mini, the only option is to throw it into the water jar instantly. Yeah, that's also a nice way to correct your mistakes. Greg Graham, hello, Gammon. Hi there, Alexandra. It's been a long time since I've watched. Good to see you again. Well, welcome back on my channel. Nice to see you here. So, is anybody painting along something? Do you have anything interesting to share? What are your most recent projects? On what armies are you working on? So, now we highlight those pox with some white sands. I'm not a painter, but I've just discovered Dwarf Fortress, the text game. Do you know it? No, I don't know that. But I'm not a text game fan. I know they are a staple of the very, very early days of computer gaming. But I'm not that old. Even if I started with a Commodore 64. But text games are not my forte. Yeah, and that's the pox all done. No clip did a piece on Dwarf Fortress. It looks simple, but can generate some immersive narrative play. Yeah, the good old days. So now let's continue with the metal part there. I'm stippling here some metal on, leaving a little bit of the tin bits behind. Okay. And last but not least, we're using Vallejo Model Wash for rust effects. This is also one of the worst possible pots. I need to refill that also. It's terrible stuff. So, with that we dab here the rust spots a little. last but not least, not Fire Slayer Flesh, no. Yeah, Snakebite Leather, why not? Let's take this. Oh, no. No. Argrax Earthshade. For the wood parts, some Argrax Earthshade. And we're done. It's done. The miniature is complete. Well, besides the base. But all the wash parts now need to dry before I can tackle that, and that will take some time. So, yeah, what do you guys think of the pinkish, slannish Poxwalker? I hope you like this live stream here. So I will quickly create myself a little coffin nail, and we can make a little Q&A session here. So if you have any questions for me, now is the time to ask them, because after the coffin nail is done, I will shut off the stream here. Painting speak of the Facebook devil. Thank you, Dave Doc. Or Dodge, or Docker. No, not Underdog. I meant Dave Dogger, or Dodge, or how do you pronounce that? Would you mix contrast paints to make a glaze out of them with either Lamia medium or contrast medium? Yes, I already have done that quite a time. So, for example, this year, sorry for the dust. This year is a Stormcast Eternal, obviously, and I've increased the red volume of the red paint with a Blood Angels contrast paint as a glaze over it. So it works to increase the color of your paints. So for that, contrast paints, definitely a thumbs up. Other questions? So, for those of you that came later, here are the other Poxwalkers I painted in the last few days. Do you have any YouTube goals? Well, my overall goal is that I progress in getting more subscribers and raise my channel and be more prevalent. It's like nowadays I'm a little bit out of the loop. I don't make videos that much anymore, and so I'm out of the favor. Nowadays a new bunch like Trovarion and Squidmar Miniatures and Goobertown Hobbies are taking the reign right now, and I'm more in the back burner. Do you use any flow improver with your paints? And if so, in which circumstances? I'm referring to, say, Winsor & Newton flow improver or Liquitex. Um, no. The only flow improver I'm using is obviously Lamia Medium and the contrast paint medium, but I use them very, very rarely. Most of the time, my flow improver to go is water. I'm old school. I'm used to use water, and that's what I go for. Wollte nur mal Danke sagen für die vielen coolen Videos. Schau seit 4 Jahren deine Videos. Echt top. Ja, Dankeschön für die lange Followschaft. You and the great Jojo Man are the reason I do YouTube. Well, nice to hear that. Yeah, water is a quite potent delusion material. Sometimes I use this here, glaze medium from Vallejo. But this is not to improve the flow. This is, well, to actually create a transparent paint to create a glaze. That's what I'm using. Then I use here decal softener for decals obviously. Varnishes sometimes. What else do I have here on my painting desk? Here we have water. Yeah, that's a quite potent stuff. We put it in a container to contain the power of this stuff. Well, then I use lime for my bases. Oh, and here, of course, Decal Fix. What else do I have here? Let's see. Oh, quite important medium, plastic putty for closing gaps. And I think that are all the mediums I'm using. Yeah, girl painting, you have inspired people to paint. I think there was some top painter being interviewed, can't remember who by. Could have been Vince Venturella. And he mentioned you as his very first set of painting videos he watched. Oh, nice. I have to check that out. Thank you for pointing that out. Vince Venturella. So, sorry guys, but I'm making it loud. So, this is a content warning. It's getting loud in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have been warned. Yeah, that is my to-go dry improver, my hair dryer. Okay, there we go. Plastic putty by Vallejo for filling gaps is the daddy. I think he may have been a New Zealand painter or an Australian painter, can't remember. Spanish dubstep noises. Yeah, of course. So, before we finish, we will give that dude a bass, shall we? So, here comes my lime in handy. Yes, I keep my white glue in a painting container. Why, you ask? Well, because I use it like a paint. As you can clearly see here. So, and with that done, always wash your brush 3 times after using glue. Otherwise you can throw it away afterwards. Then simply go through the sand, dab off the excess, and we have some nice big rocks this time here on the base. Neat. Do you read a lot of lore for both Fantasy, Edge of Sigmar, and 30k, 40k? Well, I used to back in the days, but nowadays I have stepped back from all the novels and lore books and stuff. I read the I would say normal lore that is in a core rule book here and there, and here a little bit in the codices, but I'm not that versed in the lore anymore. Nowadays I read other stuff. Right now I'm reading The Rising of the Shield Hero. I'm at book 15, and I can highly recommend the anime. Favorite novel series? Well, The Rising of the Shield Hero. So, and yeah, I guess that is the stream for today. The miniature is finished. Any last questions you have? This is now your chance. While I'm... this axe is not rusted enough. Let's give it another rust go with a little bit of real orange. Shall we? Little depths here. Yeah. That's the spirit. This is not properly rusted. Okay. There we go. So, I'm reading The Lies of Locke Lamora. It's the best fantasy thieves guild book I've ever read. Well, really nice. So, thank you guys for all of you that, well, watched me painting this dude, and, well, we see us in the next live stream or video, whatever comes first. Thank you guys.